Hey guys, Gaijin Hunter here, and as you may have known, from August 1st for an entire week, they're showing off all 14 weapons 2 a day on the official website for Monster Hunter Cross. We now have the first 4, so I wanted to show you those videos uninterrupted, but I've also added my personal translation and subtitles to them so that you can understand what was being said in the Japanese. Again, these are my translations and not official ones. After you see all the videos of the 4, I'm going to show them one more time, but with my commentary. So stick around if you want to watch that, or just stick around for the first 5 minutes if you want to see what Capcom showed. And for those who want to stick around, here comes my commentary and observations on what we just saw. Now, it's no surprise that they started with the Great Sword. Just like the West, the Great Sword is probably the most popular weapon in Monster Hunter here in Japan. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but it does look like when you combo two moves together that the transitions are a little bit faster than they were in past games, which is really cool. I really do like the new effects that they put in the game. They've really enhanced everything, especially the charge attacks. Now, if you notice, it's very easy to tell what level charge you're at, so I think people are going to do better with not overcharging, which is great. Another thing I really like is the big hit effects. They really let you know where in the monster, like here you hit his wing, where visually it looked like you hit the head. So this is going to solve that problem. Also, look at some of this stuff. You can do a hop attack, and you can either do a charge, or the next one he just hops and does the attack. You don't even have to do the full jump. So the fact that you have a choice between a single attack or a charge jump attack is pretty insane. Also, if you notice here in the intro, he manages to charge the hunter up without even hitting the monster. So there's nothing that says here that you have to hit the monster in order to charge yourself up. Now there are a few different transitions they're showing here from the move into a charge attack. You can do a fast transition or a slower one. So that's pretty cool, but I like the idea that you can charge up and then hit the monster at your own timing. Now they're just going in order, and next on the list is Longsword. A longsword is one of those weapons that I'm going to actually main in Monster Hunter Cross. It's a weapon that I've always wanted to get good at, but I think in order to really get good at it, you have to do it from the start of the game so that you can really learn and grow with the weapon. Again, look at the hit effects. They're really nice, especially when you do the round slash. You can definitely tell the perimeter of where it's going to hit. Hopefully this will teach people a little bit better so they're not tripping people, but that remains to be seen. And the aerial style is insane. Here they show a regular attack in the air, which is nice. But watch coming forward when you do a spirit attack. It's only 2 hits, 1, 2, and a round slash right there. I mean, that's insane how fast you can get to leveling up your gauge. Also, if you take a rewind and look at it, it only took maybe a quarter of a spirit gauge in order to do the round slash, which is insane. So this is a cool new move. If you notice here though, it goes to max before you even hit the monster. So again, this tells me that it doesn't require you to hit the monster probably, but this will also let you max it out to red. Sword and Shield is one of my main weapons from 3 Ultimate, and I really love it. I've discovered a lot of Lancers also love Sword and Shield quite a bit. Now if you haven't played Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, you'll probably see a lot of new moves here, and these aren't really new. It's just the Sword and Shield got a lot of new stuff in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, so all of that's back, which is really nice. The Sword and Shield also gets a special item, which they're showing here is a type of material that you use to sharpen your blade. And what it does is it temporarily grants different boosts, like higher infinity and what so not. Now they did mention here that this works on all the styles, not just the guild style, so that is pretty darn cool. And as if the Sword and Shield didn't really need an aerial style because it could do all those jumps, look at how high you jump on this thing. Now I imagine that this is really going to help out on very tall monsters like Gamuto, where you want to hit its head or its back. I think this is going to send you flying really high, so that's pretty cool. The thing to mention about this skill is that you're totally invincible while you're doing it. So they even mentioned on the website that you can use this as an evasive attack if you really wanted to, because you don't take any damage, and that is wild. And here we are with the dual blades, the master of hitting a monster many times. So if you want to put a status ailment or an element, like this is the weapon to do it at, because man, do you hit the monster a lot. So this is a good old guild style, so this is what everybody knows and loves. One thing again that I really like is the new moves that they added to Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, which makes it so spamming Demon Dash isn't necessarily the best thing to do. I've also seen a lot of the new maps, like the Snowy Mountains here, which I think look fantastic. I think because mounting is so powerful this time that if you notice they've cut back on the areas with elevation, either that or they're going to make aerial mounting a little bit harder, which I wouldn't doubt. Now here we see all sorts of combinations. We see that you can do a normal attack, a demon attack, a transitional attack into demon mode. You can do all sorts of different things from this jump, so it's not just one set attack. And this is so cool. They call it the spinning top of Bloody Wind, but you really do spin like a top. And it's a series of 3 different spins, and you can choose the direction in the spin. It also looks like you do get a small delay that you can utilize as well. So I see this as being a massive move. People are going to want to be at the center of their hunts. Anyways, that covers the first 4 weapons that they've now shown on their website. I'm hoping that the next 2 are not going to cover the aerial style, but something new as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, if you go on Twitter and you're talking about what you've seen here or elsewhere, make sure to put the tag MHX for the West, and let's let Capcom know that the West has an appetite for Monster Hunter, and we want this game sooner than later.